Hi there, let's talk about formatting and API widgets in our editor. So if you have ever used Notion, Theneo's editor looks like Notion. For example, this is how you can change the formatting from text, the colors, all these highlights. You can remove the formatting if you would like to. And we have all these widgets. So with widgets, you have things like code block. And with code blocks, you can add your code and you can put in these different highlights that we have. Or you have things like divider, callout, table, images, videos. This is what we call a rich format. And then we have things like API widgets. And these are adding the endpoint, object examples, error codes, status codes, base URL, language block, request widget, and response widget. So let's dive into what those are. First, let's select callout so you can see how that looks like. So callout, think of it like if you want to call out some information. So let's say I want to say, note, this is a test, right? I can put in different formatting just like this. If I change my mind, if I don't want to use it, I can simply delete it right from here as well. Or you have all these elements where you can change the kind of ordering or delete the elements. So I'm going to delete this. I'm also going to delete this. Great. Now let's add the base URL. So this is how the base URL looks like. And the point of base URL is for you to highlight your different environments. If you want to, you can call this production. You can call it whatever you want to. If you have multiple environments, you can add those as well. So let's say I have sandbox environment. I'm just going to put sandbox here. And now this information is highlighted. And also, users can actually use this information in our API Explorer during testing. So it's useful information to highlight. Then we have error codes, and this is how it looks like. We give you a template, and if you want to, you can go ahead and use it, or you can just delete it like this and just add a new one. So let's say our type is, let's call it test Anna, and this is a test, as simple as that. Then I want to add the status codes. Again, we give you templates. If you want to, you can use it or change things around, delete it, add the new ones. Let's say I want to call it these 300 multiple choices as blah, blah, blah. So here you go. Then you have this language box element. So language box is something kind of a widget that we have because we generate all of your requests into multiple programming languages. And it doesn't matter where you add your endpoint from file or manually, we always convert it. So you can use this element so your users can interact and choose the language that they are most comfortable with. Okay, great. So let's dive into other things. So if I want to, I can also add an endpoint right from here if I don't have, let's say, available that in my collection, or maybe there is a new endpoint and I want to edit. It's easier than import a new file. By the way, all of your collections or all of your endpoints are available right here if you want to use them. And you might ask, how can I use this? It's very simple. You can just simply drag and drop like this, and it will generate the request for you. So as you can see now, I have my request available in this particular section. And let's say I'm going to remove this. I don't want to, let's say, add the responses. And I'm going to add the response widget here. So I already have a request widget, but I'm going to add the response widget. And by the way, your responses and requests are defined on the bottom. So you can add, you can copy and paste your code view and go to form view to add more descriptions. And you can add more responses right from here as well. You can define as many as you want. And for your request, this is how it looks like, where you can make changes and add additional information if you want to, from query parameters to headers, etc. We have a specific video dedicated to just how to make those changes. I'll include the URL in the description. And then the last thing remain is the object example. So if you want to highlight specific objects, you can go ahead and do that. If you have seen stripes example, that's exactly how it looks like. And that's all. This is what you can do for images, videos, and tables. That's very straightforward, similar to what you have seen probably in a lot of other platforms. If you have any questions or comments, do let us know. Thank you.